Hello and welcome to my tutorial on how to simplify radicals. So a radical is a square root of a number that doesn't square root perfectly. So we're going to simplify those. So like for example, square root of 8 is a radical. If you break it down, it turns into a really long decimal. So we're going to simplify some of those. So I have 3 problems here on what we're going to do. So we're going to start with 192. So you gotta think about this really carefully and think, okay, 192 is the same as the square root of 64 times the square root of 3, alright? If you multiply those two, you get 192. Well, you see, the square root of 64 is a perfect square, so square root of 64 equals 8. Now, 3 can't be changed, so you just keep it the same in square root of 3. That would actually be your final answer. That was a really easy one to just start us off with. So how it works is that if it can't be simplified anymore down to a perfect square, then you leave it. So that's our final answer for this question right here. So now we're moving on to a little bit harder one, where it's something like the square root of 8 times the square root of 12. Now there are two ways you can do this. You can multiply them together and get square root of 96 and then break it down from there. I like doing it that way more, so if you multiply 8 times square root of 12, or square root of 8 times square root of 12, you get the square root of 96. So you can't break it down to 8 and 12 again, so you have to turn to some different ones. So square root of 16 goes down to a perfect square of 4, and then square root of 6. So again, we just simplify it again, and it's 4 square root 6. That's our answer. It's really easy because you can also break it down from 8. So you can do, here, I'm going to move over here, square root of 8 to square root of 2 and square root of 4. So that'd be 2 square root 4. And then you'd have to break down 12, which is like square root 3, square root 4. And then that would equal 2 square root 3, and then you multiply those together, so 2 square root 4, and that equals 4 root 6. So that's basically all there is to it. But now, if you add variables to it, like a or x to the 5th, it's kind of the same idea, but just a little bit different. So you just have to divide it up, and so you basically are doing the same thing. So take it to square root of 9 and square root of 5 would work. But then when it comes down to the variables, it's a little different. So you have the square root. It's best to turn it to square roots of 2. So a squared, square root of a squared, square root of a squared, and the square root of a is all it can be all divided up into. So square root of a squared is the same as a. So these two both equal a squared together. So it'd look like a times 9 times square root of 5 times square root of a. So let me get some more room here quickly. So we just simplify that down to 9 a squared and square root of 5a. And that is our final answer. You just have to simplify it all the way down until there are no more perfect square roots that you can break it down into. That's basically all there is to this, and that's all. Hope you enjoyed.